Yes, 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 yes. We're here. We're here. We are here. This is the Victorian speaking. We want to be able to impress upon you information. This is heavy-hearted. This is divided information that was given upon her at a conscious level to be able to support someone who had clarification questions about the shift. It was about how unnatural it would be if children were left without their parents, if their parents shifted prior to the child. And this was just a person in, we don't want to say fear, but more concern. And yes, fear can be dressed up and labeled and relabeled and mislabeled and misunderstood as fear. Fear comes in many forms, many shapes, many vibrations. It is hidden amongst many other reactive emotions. And so the question was, a more clarifying statement, it would be unnatural for a child to not shift with its parents. It would be unnaturally fair for that child to be left alone. And we are saying those advanced souls merely in human bodies that are of juvenile form are not vulnerable victims as you would imagine. They are here to be of service. They're more finely attuned and awoken to their purpose here than many older adults. And so you use your human mind assumptions to assume much. And we understand that and we can respect that. But we have said this to you before, and we want to say this to you again. Be prepared for everything. As we cannot express every single situation and scenario that you will all be experiencing in your coming, what we say days, but it is your earth experiences. There are many that are shifting within days and have shifted in prior days. And your day, your shift, your events are coming and all is wrapping up. Your 3D experiences are coming to conclusions at a rapid rate. Some of you say not fast enough. And we say you're here just to hold energy. Be happy with that. Maybe boring. You're not triggered into drama and distracted into the 3D as often as you used to be. So you've graduated, you've evolved. You're here to be of service and hold that frequency. Don't complain about that. Celebrate that. Support that. Be happy with that. And do as you please to enjoy your days, holding on to high frequency. We have said before, drink lots of water, and we will say it again, and we will say it again, and we'll say it again because we mean it. We don't say things for the novelty factor of entertainment. You can feel an energy frequency when you are drinking water because we have also infused it. It is all around you. The energy that you can consume in liquid formation, liquid crystals, we want you to imagine it is empowering you and activating more your crystalline body. So herefore, you are the vehicles. We've referred you to this as many times as vehicles. You're wearing human clothes. The human body is your human clothes. And your human vehicle needs fuel. And the fuel we are recommending is the most efficient for you and great prices is water, pure water. We want you to find the biggest jug or container that you have in your home and fill it full of water. It can sit on your bench, sitting there in the light. It doesn't have to have a lid on it. In fact, it would be better to not have a lid on it, maybe a light cloth, but let it sit there, let it breathe. Get it out of your pipes, get it out of your faucets, and let it sit there and marinate in your own energy field because you are responsible for your own energy field. You are being of service to Love everything and accept everything as lessons and experiences, while you choose or not choose to have the appropriate or even inappropriate response emotionally for all the scenarios and situations that you have. And while you may feel tested and intolerant or even impatient for those who are around you that are not talking about your favorite topics, but are still struggling to understand how to empower themselves and how to heal from past traumas that they forbid themselves or others to talk about. We are saying when you don't explore all of the genders that get sexually abused, many things can get overlooked. And so we're distracting ourselves here. But we're wanting to say to you all, prepare for everything. Don't have assumptions that you know just how your exit point is going to be. There is many factors that will still need to take effect and to play out. And so you must be emotionally and mentally, physically ready for everything in preparation to support those around you, to be able to guide them with balance and calm and clarity moving forward in any which way that you are being guided to experience amongst them and with them, because you're there for them, because you know what is happening. And it shouldn't be a surprise for you to see more devastation, more disasters, more testing points. This is all part of the grand awakening. And we have been working to be able to get it triggered enough for humanity to notice. You need to experience it, ponder it, think about it, notice. Notice how others react about it and dismiss it and don't seem to care about your fellow men who are going through hardships. It is important for you to explore all aspects of what is going on and what you are being currently made aware of. Process it, love it, support it, empower those to know that with unity becomes great communities. And this is part of your willingness to connect with others, to be able to unify others. This is a beautiful time for humanity to find each other and empower each other through even the most challenging and hardship days. And so we say prepare for everything. And this includes having to accept that some parents need to exit before their children. This isn't a punishment, but we see for some parents, they could stay behind, but they are what you call smother and potentially helicopter the children because you're afraid or because they are afraid of something bad happening to their children. And so we have said this before, some children can't grow independently and have the experiences which they need to and want to because their parents are afraid for them to have any mishaps or hardships or challenges. They're here for the challenges. You're here for the challenges. No soul has come here for a holiday. You're here to be of service, to empower yourselves energetically, to be able to raise the frequency vibrations collectively while also being responsible for your own mindsets and your own inner work and your own energy fields, while being very in tune to where and why others are reacting and what is their pain, what is their root issue and fear. They may not be able to recognize it, but you can, instead of labeling and pointing your finger at them and saying they are in fear, you can ask them questions about how they're feeling, how they're thinking, and what is going on for them. Allow them to express and explore what is going on for them. They may have epiphanies by just being able to have finally someone care enough about what they're struggling with to hear themselves express why they are talking and feeling certain things about certain events that will jog their memory, and they will have epiphany upon epiphany if they're allowed to get out their thoughts and feelings to identify what's going on for them. It is draining when sometimes you feel it is simply just a one-sided conversation. but you are adding to the conversations by listening. And the more you listen to others, the more you understand and know others. And when you're here to be of service to help humanity, you want to understand and know humanity. And this starts off with the individual conversation to be able to understand what is making them react the way that they are. What is their perceptions? What is their considerations and attitudes? They may be completely reversed from your own perspectives and attitudes and approaches to life. Could be completely opposite, but they are in front of you. So honor this. This could be empowering you to see if you get triggered into density or if you can keep your emotional balance and still love them and be able to inspire them to empower themselves. Challenging times for all, and you may not always get it right. But trust everything is significant and purposeful, and it's a building stone that you're trying to empower yourself to have the conversations, to speak your truth, to ask the questions with a delivery of beautiful curiosity and compassion and caring for them, because you want them to feel that you care about them, that you're interested in them. We also know some love to have the problems and don't want to have the solutions. And so if they're repeating themselves, you must try to encourage and guide them to be able to look at a different perspective. You know quickly those who love to be hurt and love to hold on to the drama. And you know that they are challenged because they are comfortable in this routine of limited perspectives, which is fear-based driven. And so there is much to be said there. We know that you feel bad that you are judging their density and their decisions and choices to live their ways that they are with their perspectives of reactionary fear. But you're here to support them, and this is part of your life contract, especially those who come and are in face-to-face with you. And so have patience and tolerance and come from a compassionate space while not feeling into their density, but just honoring their journey and honoring the density that they are trying to release for themselves. And so for children who are left parentless after the shift, there is many reasons and significant factors why they're doing that, because they are high frequency vessels, so they are able to support others at an energetic level while still looking cute and adorable and vulnerable for those adults who are in fear. Those adults who are in fear, when bigger shifts occur, will want to support the younger children as a way that they're supporting themselves. They're doing their inner work to nurture others who are less, who they perceive as vulnerable. And when you are not necessarily fluent at being an empath and loving others and supporting others over self-focused needs, you become quite, there's much to be said here. And we are showing the vehicle certain situations where she is seeing adults having to suddenly be responsible for children that they've never thought that they wanted to be responsible for. And so this is a journey of learning those experiences and focusing. And while you're focusing on supporting children, you get to heal yourself from all of the experiences where you nurture and love and care for and are responsible for and consider. And when you're given these children from tragedies, you have a more compassionate drive to make sure that they are more loved and nurtured than, say, a chosen adoption, for example. But the situations are so extreme and intensive. And we are saying this is not going to be official adoptions. This is going to be potentially 1 hour with a child who was lost. And it is the most intensive hour that this adult has ever had to experience as they are trying to support and feel into knowing what the emotional needs and requirements for this child is. There are some that could have days with children who are lost and maybe even injured, who are scared and afraid. And this opens up the hearts of those adults who have not experienced children at this vulnerable rate. And so you can see the experiences and the significances of all scenarios that we've just given you, which are real scenarios to come. So when we say prepare for everything, we say prepare for everything. But for some of you who are listening, you are here to support those adults who suddenly feel that they are responsible for these children. Your skill sets are to support the adults who are trying to heal themselves, and you're having the support of the children, encouraging those adults to heal and learn and grow for themselves through others. This is significant. So think broader about your experiences and your skill sets to support all instead of carrying everyone's workload and everyone's experiences. Delegate. Don't try to take everyone's workload or everyone's drama or situation. You cannot adopt all the cats and the dogs and the children that need it. You are potentially to support and encourage those that they can do this, especially those who need to feel responsible for others who they have, when they have never felt responsible for others before. So catch yourself when you're trying to save other people's from their challenging experiences. Support all situations that you come across and empower them. Taking on more work at that level may not be what your life contract is to focus on. And so see what you feel during these times. Remember our words during these times. You are to empower all, but you cannot work at all levels of other people's work. And when you don't know the lessons and experiences of what people are having to experience to learn and grow from, you trying to help others could be disempowering them. So check your intuition first. The situations and problems that come to you may not be just for you to give solutions to. It may be just you to support. You will feel this and notice this and understand this as you're on your journey. You will understand when you're on the old earth, suddenly, if you've taken on too much responsibilities because you feel too distracted from being able to ground yourselves. This is important. You are training yourself. You are training yourself to call on higher frequency, to be able to be balanced and calm, even in the most chaos of chaos, tragedies, and events. You have been preparing yourselves for this. And so expect anything and be emotionally ready. If there is anything that scares you, look at it now, unpack it now, feel it now, and heal it now. You want to be of service in the most profoundest of ways. And if you are too lost in the experience and reacting yourself, you may miss these fine opportunities to notice how to empower and encourage others to go on their journey. Unity and community is always beautiful, but make sure you keep balance. Don't take off literally what's in other people's arms. When they come to you and present themselves to you, carrying children, carrying pets, allow them to keep holding them. Don't take them off them. Support them and nurture them. Your first instant reaction is to take off burdens from others and help and help and help and help and help. And we are saying to some of you who are going to be experiencing this soon, you can help by allowing them to still keep on their experience. It's going to be hard, and that's when the lessons are experienced. When people have been avoiding things, this is the opportunity to have them be confronted, and it will be intensive for those purposeful experiences. We don't mean to scare you. We want to prepare you, and we've been trying to prepare you for a long time. Now the vehicle is saying to us, We may have impressed upon you that this could be your tomorrow. And we're saying events are happening around the world daily and rapidly. We're not going to give you, nor is it possible to give you specific dates for each and every single one of you, as you're going to be listening to this at a different point in time in your perspective anyway. So prepare now and be balanced and grounded now, knowing that you have the time that you need to be able to explore emotionally and heal yourselves emotionally, to empower yourselves profoundly, to be able to move forward, to assist others on their old earth experience. And from our perspective, you are all on the old earth, having challenging old earth experiences. But it's not the official one that some of you, as we are sensing, are holding on to. And we know that you love your labels and names, and we don't want to distract you from your comfort. And so for those who don't want to officially be on the old earth, you're not officially on the old earth. We could reassure you of that. You will know. You will know. You will know when you get there. Have no fear. That is not a luxury you have time for anymore. You can feel it and recognize it instantly, but you're here to be of service. And your beautiful energy frequency fields that you have been expanding for all this time deserve high frequency. This is what your vehicle and this is what your service to humanity requires. High frequency. And we promise the more high frequency that you honor yourself with, the easier it is to connect in with us, and we can then reassure you of what we are saying is true. And until that time, we're here for you, always. We hope that energetically you can feel us at least, because you're never alone. And when you go within and quiet your mind to sense and feel if you're okay, to sense and feel if you are loved, to sense and feel if you are on your right path and journey, you will find us. And we're always here waiting for you. And we say this with love and appreciation for all of your attempts and all of your ways that you want to empower yourself. We don't want you to get too bored, so we keep you on your toes and we try to keep you busy. But you're absorbing so much density as well as you're transmuting it from others. And so pace yourselves, our loves. Find the joy, have the upliftment, and go slowly with your pace. You're not in a race. This is a significant time to have all experiences and notice all that is going on around you, so you can fine tune and sense your intuition on others. You want to focus on that now more than ever before, because when people have shut down because they're in shock, you want to accurately read them correctly so you can help them, assist them correctly, and diagnose them correctly, because many will be lost for words. And so we say with love and gratitude, continue on, keep going, keep growing, and keep loving, keep loving, keep loving.